Testing, and we were, oh, we're working. Yay! Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Carolyn DeSandri, and I have this distinct blessing and privilege to serve as the dean of this amazing College of Health Sciences and Professions and work with these amazing colleagues and students. And today is one of my very favorite days. Don't tell my other programs. But we are here to celebrate a monumental move for the first year class of 2027. So excited for you. The white coat, your very first symbol that says, I have committed my life to the betterment of the human condition. So I congratulate you on that, and I thank you for that. We need you. I don't know if you've heard, but by 2030, Georgia is going to need 179,000 additional healthcare providers just to cover the population growth in this state. How many do you think we have right now? I'll clue you in because I just wrote this for a grant. We have about 18,000 providers. We need 179 additional in the next 5 years. So that means there's great job security for you all. You're going to be sought after. But honestly, I do want to thank you because it is courageous to say, I want to go into healthcare. There's not a lot of people doing it, and there's not a lot of people doing it well. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues over here. It is because of the love and effort and work they pour into you that makes you the best and the ones that people want to hire and allow you to go out and better the human condition. So thank you, colleagues. It's a privilege to work alongside you and represent you on behalf of senior leadership team. I also want to thank family, friends, and guests. Thank you for being there for this group. Let's face it, this first year was hard, right? And I'll just give you a clue. This whole program is hard. Okay, so thank you for being the voice on the phone saying, you can do this. Oh, don't let that OSCE grade upset you. It's going to be okay. No, they need that, and they will continue to need that for the next couple of years. But I'll tell you, there's a reason that is hard, folks. The reason it's hard is because when you get out, somebody's life is going to depend on you knowing the right thing to do and the right thing to say and to help them out. Don't ever take that lightly. I'm not a PT, they all know this. I'm a nurse practitioner with over a 30-year career, and I'll tell you, every day that I go into practice, I never forget that somebody's life is going to depend on me making the right decision or helping them through the right situation. So that is why it's hard. I hope it always stays hard, because that's what makes us great. All right, so let's get to the fun festivities, because I want to see y'all get your white coats. Welcome. Please let us know if there's anything we can do for you all. I'm so excited to celebrate this class of 2027. Congratulations.
Good morning, all. I thought I could memorize my speech, but it was all running around this morning, and I'm lacking blood flow to my brain. So, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, and of course the students, especially you, the DBT class of 2027 at the University of Georgia, North Georgia, I'd like to welcome you to the White Coat ceremony. I just remembered I didn't introduce myself. My name is Dr. Ruth Marr. I'm the department head of the Department of Physical Therapy. I'm thrilled to be with you today to celebrate your loved ones receiving their white coats. So while many healthcare professionals conduct a ceremony like this shortly after matriculation into the program, we schedule it after the completion of the first didactic year, which, as Dr. DeSandri said, is very tough. This allows us to not only welcome the students to the profession of physical therapy, but it also marks the transformation that's occurring in their lives, and also celebrates their accomplishments, which are mighty to get through the first year, which is really tough, as you all know. The students we celebrate today have shown perseverance, patience, and commitment as they have endured the challenges of the classroom. You, our students, rose to the challenges, presented, and reached this milestone. Once again, welcome. And now I will introduce you to Dr. Rachel Walton now, who is going to talk to you today about the significance of receiving a white coat and what it means. Thank you.
Who's this? All right, so first off, y'all made it through your first year. Big round of applause for that. And like Dr. Mara, Dr. Sandra alluded to, I mean, first year's tough. But it reminds me of a quote that I think about often when we're going through tough times by Franklin D. Roosevelt. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Okay? And just like they said, I mean, it's hard for a reason because people's life and livelihood will rely on you. So this ceremony, the white coat ceremony, signifies your readiness to enter the clinical phase of your education. During donning the white coat, in its simplest terms, is an act of making a promise. By accepting, donning, wearing your white coat, you're making a lifelong promise to your future patients, to your profession, and to yourself. You're promising to do everything within your power and your knowledge to help others. You're promising each and every patient you encounter that you will work to the fullest extent of your practice act to improve their condition. You're promising your fellow physical therapists that you will advance the profession through research, advocacy, and service. And most significantly, you are making a promise to yourselves to become the best version of yourself as a physical therapist. As you don your white coat on today, you're transitioning from student to practitioner, from a student who receives knowledge to one who gives knowledge, from learning how to treat to becoming the one who treats. The transformation is real and it's exciting. In your white coat, you're expected to be clean, free of contaminants and distractions, focusing solely on your patients and their needs. Always be mindful of anything that may cause harm to your patient and working diligently to mitigate those harms. You're expected to be trustworthy and accountable. We talk often about building that therapeutic alliance with your patients. At its core, therapeutic alliance, you must build trust. The patient must trust you that you're working to your best, for their best interest, keeping them safe, and remaining accountable for every action you take. You're also expected to be an authority in physical therapy. And I have to say, this is probably the hardest one for you guys to own, okay? But this is part of the white coat, taking ownership of what you know. So own your knowledge, dedicate yourself to it, share it freely. In every encounter, be the authority. Use your knowledge to deepen others' understanding of their body, to explain the benefit of the prescribed exercises, to demonstrate the value of physical therapists to others around you. Be committed to using your knowledge to create positive change, whether in the life of a single patient, within a healthcare facility, or across the entire community. Becoming an authority also means knowing when you don't have all the answers, and having the humility and determination to find out those answers. There's a lot of power in saying, I don't know, but I'll find out. Even though you may not physically wear your white coat each time that you go into the clinic or with a patient, I encourage yourself to envision yourself putting it on. Think of it like donning a cape. It's like your professional cloak that you're putting on. It's a symbol of your strength and responsibility. Stand tall. When you talk about assuming the stance, okay? Feel the weight of the promise that you carry to your patients, your profession, and yourself. So all that this ceremony is about you, and you accepting your white coat and affirming your promises. Today is not just about you. It's about turning your focus outward. What will you do for your patients? How will you help others? How will you advance our profession? And what can you do more for your community? We are extremely proud of each and every one of you for reaching this milestone. Wear your white coat well, wear it proudly, and wear it always, in your heart, in your mind, and in your actions. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Matt Eastwood. I serve as VP of Operations for PT Solutions in the state of Georgia. And very excited to be with you all today on such an exciting time for you. Today, sort of ceremonially, represents your first day as a clinician or as a therapist. And so, you only get a handful of roles that you will have across your lifespan. There's just a handful of meaningful roles that you will fulfill. And we think we all start in the role of a child, as a son or as a daughter. And if you're lucky enough to have your parents still with you, you still serve in that role today. You may have a role as a sibling or as a teammate or a parent or a spouse. But there's just a handful of truly meaningful roles across your entire life that you will have. The way that I think about it, each of those roles is kind of like a book that sits on your life's bookshelf. And those roles remain open, and they're sort of daily entries in that book. And there's daily entries of sort of how you performed in each of those roles. And the writing of that continues until at one point, through one mechanism or another, you exit that role. And that book closes, and then what's left is your legacy in that book. So on your bookshelf, you'll have the legacy of a child, the legacy of a spouse, the legacy of a parent. And you will eventually have a legacy as a therapist. Maybe an interesting experiment here. If your parents are here with you, you may ask them, "What's your legacy as a teenager?" Somebody told me, "Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to." I think I know mine. So that'll be your goal. And ultimately, your legacy will come down to three things. Your legacy as a physical therapist will come down to three things. And the same things that your legacy in all other roles you have will come down to. The first of those is the product, what you deliver, the skill that you deliver, the interventions that you give, the diagnoses that you make. But what you'll really be remembered for is a little bit more intangible. It's the effort you give every day, it's your preparedness, it's how you show up, it's how you respond to mistakes. You all are about to go on your first clinical experiences, and I'm here to tell you, you are not going to knock it out of the park with every patient that you see. You will make mistakes, they will happen, nobody bats 1,000. My first clinical experience was in an outpatient clinic, and true story. Somewhere in my first week, my CI says to me, he says, "All right, I'm gonna have you treat this patient that just came in. It's a shoulder patient. He's really kind of irritable, he's protective of his motion, kind of high pain, but just take it slow with him, and you can't screw it up." Well, challenge accepted. So I go over to the patient, and patient's already laying on the table next to me. So I go over to the patient, introduce myself, and say, "I'm Matt, I'm a student therapist here, I'm working with Chris, and I'm gonna do your range of motion here today." I see the fear of God in his eyes. I got the newbie, he doesn't know what he's doing, and so I take his arm and I start in that range of motion. So I'm going real slow, super nervous, sweating, shaking, my heart's beating. And so I start just a little bit of motion and flexion in my shoulder. So I've got my hand on the table, just a little bit of motion, and then I pull back. I don't want to lose back positions in the safe zone. Then I go a little bit more, a little bit further. I'm kind of looking out of the corner of my eyes, seeing his reaction. He's going to jump off the table or hit the ceiling, in pain. A little bit more, reflection. I go into abduction, all the motions of the shoulder, the same thing. And sort of put his arm down, and I'm like, "Thank God that's over." And I crushed it, obviously. And so I'm like, "All right, we're going to get up, we're going to go, start your exercise." He says, "Well, that's great, but are you going to do that on my injured shoulder now?" 100% true story. And I look up and my CI is just shaking his head. And so I'm like, well, yeah, I was just trying to get a baseline. at the table. I knew that 15 minutes ago. So, thank goodness I didn't decide to be a surgeon. You will make mistakes, learn from them, don't take yourselves too seriously, and get better with each of those and get that next opportunity. So the first thing you will be remembered for is the product. The second is the people that you will have an impact on. You'll have an impact on the people that your coworkers that you work with every day. You'll have an impact on the students that you eventually mentor. But most often, you'll have an impact on the patients that you see. And you'll treat somewhere approaching 100,000 patient visits in your career. Each one of those is an opportunity to make an impact on them. Therapists are uniquely positioned in the healthcare world because of purely the amount of time we need to spend with our patients. Whereas a physician may spend 5-10 minutes with somebody once a year on an annual checkup, we get to spend north of an hour with our patients 2-3 times a week, daily, for months or for years. So we have an incredible opportunity to impact people and impact our patients. I had a patient outside of Chicago when I was working there for a few years, and her name is Kathy. And Kathy originally came to us as she had chronic low back pain, rheumatoid arthritis, 65-year-old lady, sort of paint her picture. She chronically depressed, single at 65, was married and divorced twice. She was physically and emotionally abused in both of her relationships. And she was not financially well off, estranged from her family, was working full-time every day because she had to, not because she chose to. And so she was working downtown in the city every day and driving out of the city to come to the clinic to see us in the evenings after work. And so we would take our last appointment at 6 o'clock. We scheduled her at 7. It was the earliest that she could get there. And she never made it before 7:15. But I'd stay there late with another aide of mine, and we treated Kathy for literally years. And there was one evening in the clinic, we're goofing around with her, having a good time, and everybody's laughing. And she said, you boys are the best part of my day. You're the best part of my day. This is somebody with nothing else good in her life. Nobody else to count on, nobody else to rely on, but she looked forward to coming and seeing us. And so you'll have an opportunity with patients, you'll improve range of motion, you'll improve strength, you'll help people regain their function, you'll improve range of motion, you're working on the right side of the body. The biggest impact you will have on people will be beyond the physical impact. And you won't know in the moment that true impact that you're having until after. So people, product, people, and the third thing that will define your legacy, your role as a therapist, is culture. I tried to think of another word that started with P's, so I got like 3 P's of legacy, product, people, but I couldn't think of it, so culture is what we're going with. We'll call it culture. Culture is the environment that you create around you. It's a feeling, it's the energy that you bring into the clinic every day, it's the mood that you show up with. It's an elevation that you can't necessarily put your hands on, but you can feel. And it's far beyond the physical environment that you treat in. You are all treated in different clinics that work differently, and you can only do so much physical environment, but you can do a whole heck of a lot with the feeling that people have when they walk into your clinics. We recognize in our practice every year, we recognize one practice as our clinic of the year. And our practice is north of 500 clinics here at this point. So to be the clinic of the year is a big year for us. And so a couple years ago, our clinic of the year was Lodi, California. And it is, without a doubt, the single ugliest clinic that we have. It's in an old medical office building on the campus of a hospital. and we're in the basement, because there will be sometimes in the basement of that clinic, and so no windows, low ceiling, poor lighting, ugly. And so the clinic manager there, her name's Mary Beth Williams, she has created an environment where you walk into the clinic and you may notice the physical environment for 10 seconds, and then you just feel the love and the joy and the energy of that clinic. You don't notice what's around you, you feel just positivity. So you walk in and people are greeting you, it feels like family, and it's a great healing environment to treat patients in, and that's because she has created it that way. They even made one of the little rooms, one of the treatment rooms, they made it into a graduation room. So on a patient's last day, they go in, they get the picture taken, they got balloons and stuff, and they got streamers on the wall to cover up the asbestos. But they make it an incredibly positive environment to treat patients, and that will forever be her legacy. And people will remember how they felt getting treated in that environment. You have 100% control over the environment that you create. All right, so your story will be defined by those three things. If you think about the best stories that have ever been told, you think about the Odyssey, the Bible, Harry Potter. The best stories ever told have several things in common. They all have conflict, they have struggle, they have emotion, they have setbacks, they have triumphs, character development. Sounds like BT school, isn't it? Just like the greatest stories ever told, they're all great because they mimic real life. Real life is all of those things. In your career, your role as a therapist will have all of those things. And how you respond in the individual moments will determine what your legacy is. And so, it's an incredible opportunity for you all at this point in time, as you begin to start your career, because you have a new book on your bookshelf. Today, you've got a blank book that's wide open. The first sentence of the first entry is being written right now. Hopefully that doesn't say I fell asleep at an incredibly boring yeah, for all of us. But it's being written right now. So what do you want to say? What does it say? All right, I'll leave you with this. I received this advice once, and it was in regards to the role as a therapist. The role of a parent, but we can relate it to the role of a therapist. And the advice was, imagine yourself at 80 years old, and you get one moment to go back and spend with your kids, and that's this moment. You get one moment to spend with your kids at the age they are now, and that's right now. How would you interact with them? What questions would you ask? What advice would you give? How intentional would you be with your time? And if you take that advice to every day that you're in the clinic and working with your patients, every day you've got an opportunity to make an impact and product and deliver the people that you see and the culture that you're creating. So if you take that mindset into the clinic every day, you can do nothing but be successful. So lastly, it seems ridiculous to think of the last day of your career on literally the first day of your career. But if you think about the last day of your career, all of us that are therapists will walk out of the clinic at some point on our last day. So think about yourself walking out of the clinic, you drive home, you walk in your house, and you go to the place that your life's bookshelf is, and you look in that book on your PT legacy that had been open and being written. Where that had been open, that book is now closed, and it's put away, and it's next to all of the other roles you no longer hold. You pull the book off the bookshelf and go sit down, and you open up to page 1 to today that's being written right now, and you start reading. What do you want that book to say?
Okay. Dr. Eastwood, that was fantastic. Thank you again. You guys are truly starting the legacy of your PT career. That's a special day today. My name is Dr. Don Walsh. I teach in the orthopedic curriculum here in the college for about the last 10 years, and I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time with this group already in the first year. So I'm so proud of you all today. Let me introduce my colleagues, Dr. Razor Gorbach and Dr. Brian Maloney. So we will proceed across the stage one by one as I call your name. Our first student is Taylor Acker.
That's right.
We have Audrey Backham. Taylor Briggs. Claire Curry. Jackson Curry. Janie Davis. Hannah Forehand. Stacy Fowler. Jack Garcia. Jacob Gibson. Asia Green. Seth Harbaugh. Emily Jackson. Jennifer James. Lauren Kelly. Dean McClenich. Samantha Niss. Emma Novus. Isabella Otting. Holly Page. Preston Page. Zachary Payne. Jesse Peterman. Anna Scott Paulhill. Joseph Robertson. April Rogers. Patrick Scales. Jenna Sosby. Jordan Stewart. Caleb Thompson. Jenna Vaughn. Let's give it up for the class of 2027. Why don't you guys stand up, kick it out? We have a couple more things to do, but we're so proud of them, as I'm sure you are as well. So, wow, that was cool. Let me invite up to the front. We're about to do a physical therapy oath, and it will be led by two of our students. Nyasia Green and Jackson Curry, so I'm going to turn the microphone over to y'all as you lead the oath.
UNG BPT Class of 2027. Please join Nyasia and I in reading the physical therapy oath. As a physical therapist dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals who seek my services or do my work, act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my services, exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements, demonstrate integrity during interactions with colleagues, other healthcare providers, students, faculty, service to the public, and prayers for the enhancement of patient care and the advancement of the profession. Enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior.
accept the duties and responsibilities that apply to the physical therapy profession.
All right, now we have a closing message from Dr. Park.
Thank you so much. My name is UNG Park. As you see, I'm teaching anatomy and liver anatomy, and also I'm playing pickleball. Yes, let's begin by taking a moment to give a warm round of applause to the incredible class of 2027. Time truly flies. I feel like just yesterday that you walked into your first anatomy exam, nervous and unsure. I remember some of you standing in front of me, hands trembling, hesitating to speak about what you have studied. Some of you were even almost crying, not nearly crying, so you know what I'm saying. And yet, look at you today. You stand here with the strength and confidence, ready to take on your very first clinical experience. Of course, I know that deep down, many of you are still nervous, and that's perfectly okay. Don't run away from that fear, face it. That fear is not your weakness, it's your fuel. It's what pushes you to prepare, to reflect, to grow. Each time you run into that discomfort, you become a stronger student and a better physical therapist than the day before. In Korean, we have a saying, walk in the middle way. I asked ChatGPT for English equivalent, and it offered a beautiful expression. Don't fly too high, don't fly too low. Don't fly too high. There is still so much to learn. Experience and discover. Stay humble and open. But don't fly too low. You worked hard to be here. You have overcome challenges, grown through hard times, and trained under the guidance of outstanding faculty. Be confident in who you are and what you know. As you step into the clinic in a couple of weeks, remember that you are not expected to know everything. But you are expected to stay curious, ask questions, and give your best. Every patient you meet is not just a case, but a person with a story, hope, and challenges. Be present, listen carefully. Learn not only from your clinical instructors, but also from your patient, just as you learn from the cadavers in the cadaver. You will make mistakes, yes, and you will grow from them. Trust your training. Trust your heart. And take pride in the fact that you are becoming the kind of physical therapist who can change lives one patient at a time. The families here today, I imagine your hearts are filled with pride and perhaps a little worry. Please continue to support them, encourage them, and pray for them as they take their first step into the clinical world. Think of how many lives will be touched through their hands, their compassion, and their care. Congratulations again to the class of 2027. We are so proud of you, and we can't wait to see how far you will go. Thank you.
Okay, we've come to the end, at the beginning. So I'd like to invite you all to join our class of 27 for some light refreshments on the first floor. So the event has come to a close for this year. I want to wish you all the best in your families. And you'll do great, you know. And you have lots of stories to share with first years at the back. Thank you.